Right, so as some of you may be aware, tonight is not only Halloween, which is why I dressed up, but it is also our 1-year anniversary. Technically, as of tomorrow, 1st of November, DeeTwenty has been operational for a full year. Our very first event, our very first event on the 1st of November last year, 2013, it wasn't an official Friday Night Magic, but it was magic on a Friday night, which is why we decided to celebrate it today rather than on tomorrow, because it feels like a full circle type of thing. And I'm very glad for everybody, and I'm very appreciative for all of your support who've been here with us for the last year. Some of you who've been here since the beginning, like Mandy and Jay. Some of us who've joined us more recently, and even some new faces who joined us for the first time this evening. It's really, really great, and it fills me with nothing but pride. And I hope you'll indulge me for a couple of minutes. I just want to give you a bit of a history lesson of what of DeeTwenty. I promise it won't take too long. So,
yeah. Story on electric, we used to do one presentation.
Yes, yeah, no, it won't be too long, I promise. There's 6 slides. There's only 6.
Okay, please.
So it's the prehistory of DeeTwenty. So some of you aren't old enough to remember this, but in the 1990s I was a teenager, and I was enthralled by the sitcom Friends, as I'm sure some of you were as well. And I used to watch it with a distinct sense of envy. Not because of the length of Jennifer Aniston's skirt, but because they had this place that they could go to, which was Central Perk. It was the coffee shop downstairs from their apartment building. It was, I'll explain third place in a sec. So it was a place where they could go, they could hang out, it was comfortable, it was homely, but it wasn't their home, it wasn't their living space. They knew the staff, they knew the menu, they could just walk in any time, they could relax, they had a good chance of running into their friends, but it was also a public space where they could make new friends, they could invite other people, and it could all be part of this shared communal space. And it's what some people refer to as a third place. You have your first place, which is your home, that's where you live. Second place is your work or your school. It's the place that you go to during the day. But then a lot of people need a third place, which is the other place that you go to. For some people it's the gym or the golf course or the pub. But for people like us, we need something different. That's not a gym or a pub. And so my friends and I used to lament that we couldn't find anything like this third place, like Central Perk. And for years and years we tried all kinds of pubs and shops and restaurants and coffee shops to try and replicate this experience, and nothing was really as satisfying as that. And through my 20s, as I delved deeper and deeper into the whole geek and gamer culture, my vision of what this third place looked like incorporated more and more geeky type things, specifically gaming and that kind of thing. And although places like Outer Limits provided an awesome gaming space and an awesome retail environment, they didn't have anything like this. There was no couch, there was no coffee table. It wasn't a cool place where you could just go and have a cup of coffee and relax without some other kind of agenda. So what happened about a year ago, or just over a year ago, was Sue, my girlfriend, who's my partner in the business, although she doesn't actually work for DeeTwenty, and she co-owns the business with me. She came to me and I'd expressed my fantasy about this third place to Sue, and she came to me and said, well look, there's this place that's become available. We were renting a place where we lived, and we didn't want to leave our lease there, but this place would be perfect for something like what I described to her, and that was this place. So we decided to take a risk. My freelance graphic design business really wasn't working out, so I had the time. Sue's new job was really, really great, so we had the money, so we decided to give it a go. I would devote my time full time to running DeeTwenty, and Sue would be able to support us in the background. So we did it. We decided to rent this place out, and we started turning it into what DeeTwenty is today, which more closely resembles this. And I'm very gratified that I've been able to replicate something that so closely matches that fantasy that I had for years right here. And it's a real pleasure for me to be able to come to work 5 days a week, and this is where I go to work. I get to work at Central Perk, but with magic and HeroClix and Star Trek Attack-Wing, and it's just way, way better than I ever could have imagined. And this is what DeeTwenty Year 1 has all been about. We've been going from strength to strength, and I'm not going to talk about sales figures or any of that kind of crap, because just the fact that you guys are here is testament to the fact that it's a success, at least to begin with. And that's all anyone can really ask for. But when it comes to the future of DeeTwenty, things are going to change. Obviously, nothing stays the same. So our landlords came to us a little over a month ago and said, look guys, we kind of need to sell the building. And they offered us the opportunity to purchase the building, but we Sue and I, we spent some time thinking about if DeeTwenty could be anywhere. So this was a question we couldn't ask when we first opened DeeTwenty, but we could ask it now. If DeeTwenty could be anywhere, was this the right place for it to be? And we decided no, it's not. So we decided to look around and see what better place DeeTwenty could be. And we looked far and wide. Well, yeah, here's DeeTwenty, very nice. Okay, so we looked as far as we could. We wanted to, we had a bunch of criteria. Here it is. A bunch of criteria that we were looking at to try and decide what the new DeeTwenty, where the new DeeTwenty should be. So we looked at areas that were completely underserved by any other kind of gaming or geeky areas. Like up here in Midrand, there's very little going on. Down here, there are 4 ways, there's virtually nothing. We looked in the Woodmead area, also virtually nothing. Here we are. You are here, in case you're wondering. I know it's a little difficult to see.
Am I even on the map?
Yes, you're here. This red dot.
No, we're on
the red dot, that's where you are. On the map, where you live, I don't know.
I think I'm off the bottom.
But we also decided that being as far as Midrand or 4 ways or something like that would also be a disservice to you guys, to our regular customers who have already expressed loyalty to the DeeTwenty brand. So we decided that moving too far away wouldn't be ideal either. So we needed to be close by, but also in a better spot. So we managed to find a spot which is what we think, it's not perfect, it's not 100%, but it's 95%. And it's a significant improvement over what we have now. Not only in terms of location, but in terms of what the facilities are available. Like, for example, I don't know if you guys know this, but 3 or 4 months ago, Sue and I moved in upstairs because we were sick of paying 2 rents and living on toast. So we decided to pay 1 rent and share the space together. But it's not a very comfortable living space for us. I mean, it's an awesome place for the club, and it's really, really convenient, both for Sue and for me. But as far as living space goes, it's not that great. So we wanted something that had a more comfortable living space for us, and also enough space for the club to operate in. Also, it needed the right kind of, the right amount of space. Originally, we had the upstairs area, which is now Sue and my apartment. But before, it was the deck, which was a whole playing area, which we used, I think, twice the whole time it was available. It was just too much space. Even now, this is a moderately busy evening. There's a whole room at the back there that nobody's in, because we just don't need as much space as we have, at least not now. Someday we might, but for the foreseeable future, we have more space than we need, and we're paying rent on all this extra space. What we really need is a smaller amount of space that's laid out more logically. And the space that we found meets that criterion too. So where is it? It's this one here, Ferndale. So it's actually pretty much directly across the road from Brightwater Commons, within walking distance. You have to drive around the block to get there, but it is within walking distance of Brightwater Commons. It's right there. It's within walking distance, so Jay can catch the bus to work. So that'll be really cool. I don't have to go and fetch him from the bus stop anymore. And the exact address is here. It's 274 Fern Avenue, Ferndale. Just to give you an idea of what the place gets, this is the street view image. You can't see much. You can just see the gate. Obviously, we'll have our logo and stuff on the outside because we can actually paint stuff on the wall there. It's not covered in ivy like it is here. Another bonus. But just to give you an idea of the features that this place has, of this new place has, that the current venue doesn't have. There's a bigger bar area. So this is a fairly limited space back here. And it would be nice to have more space where people can sit at the bar and eat their food and have a chat. We can incorporate the shop into the bar instead of having this awkward 2 separate space thing that we've got going on now. It just makes more sense to have a bigger bar area, and that's what this place has. It also has an outdoor area. So we've got this lovely little table out there that you smokers know all about. But this new place has a patio where there's more space, where there's light, where there's a big sliding door where you can sit outside and even play. That's going to be possible, and we're looking forward to being able to provide that. There's also an indoor parking lot where you can come in and you can park your cars behind the gate. You don't have to park on the street anymore. Oh, yeah, that's good. Not that we've ever had any trouble, luckily. I mean, it's Joburg, but so far, no issues. But I know people will feel a lot safer if they can actually come inside. So there's a little buzzer there. You can push the doorbell and come on in. The VIP members will probably be given their own remote so they can just come on in. So parking lot inside, look, it's not a huge parking lot. We're not talking like Stanton City, but we can fit enough cars for a fairly busy evening, and that's going to be a major bonus for us. It's also closer to the N1. So it's to get there, you know, on Malibong where there's the McDonald's opposite the Virgin Active?
Gone.
It's just off there. So it's a lot closer to the highway because, so if you look at a map of Joburg and you find the spot that's furthest from any highway, this is that spot. So we wanted something that's a bit more accessible for people who don't live nearby. So people can just pop off the highway and get to us more easily, and that's what this provides us. It's also central, as I said, it's within walking distance of Brightwater Commons, which means it's closer to larger malls like Cresta and various places like that. It's a really cool place to be. It has a pool, which is not something we were looking for, but since we signed up, the more I think about it, the more awesome I think it is, especially on hot days like today. Can you imagine just taking a quick dip between rounds, how awesome that would be? So I'm quite looking forward to that. And another thing we weren't really looking for, but we're glad we have it, is that it has a cottage. So one lucky geek who's looking for a place to stay in the Ferndale area, we're looking to sublet that cottage. It's a nice little one-bedroom place with its own kitchen and its own bathroom. It's pretty cool. So if you know anybody who's looking for a place, that'll be available. Send us our way. Send them our way. And of course, internet's included and club membership and all that. It's pretty cool if you're a geek, I think. Right, so when is this happening? Okay, so we're obviously not moving tomorrow. That would be a bit ridiculous. So we're moving. Okay, so the very last event that's going to be happening here at this location will be Friday Night Magic on the 28th of November. So that's, what, 4 weeks from now, 5 weeks from now? And that should be a little disruption to anybody because the very next day is Geek Fest. So we were going to be closed that weekend anyway. We'll be running our Saturday afternoon Magic tournament at Geek Fest instead of here, like we'd always planned. And then the next day is Sunday, we'll be closed. But then very few people will come to the club the day after the con anyway, so that won't really impact anybody. And then our first event at the new venue will be on Monday, the 1st of December. We'll be having Star Trek Monday as we do every week. So it's going to be a very busy weekend for us, but it should be very little disruption for you guys. We'll be reminding everybody close to the time of where and when exactly all of this is going to be happening, but that gives you the gist of it. And we're very pleased to, we're very excited about the opportunity of moving to this new place, and we hope that you guys will share the enthusiasm that we feel towards the new venue. I wish I could show you more detailed photos of what the inside of the place looks like, but you're just going to have to wait and see. So thanks everybody again for coming through. I'm very pleased to have seen all of you this evening, and good luck with round 2. We'll start in a few minutes.
Yeah, good luck.
Thanks, guys.